This story time is in honor of cuffing season, and I want to tell a story about the first boy I really felt like I love him. Like I was risking my freedom to see this boy, and we're gonna call him King. And just thinking about the memories, but he broke my heart, y'all. He broke my heart. Let me tell you what happened. Okay, I feel like my hair is like, what y'all think? What y'all think? King was older than me. I was 14 and he was 17. Older guys have always liked me because of my body or whatever. And I looked older. And I went to the West Oaks Mall in Orlando. Anybody from Orlando knows back in the day, the West Oaks Mall was that move. Everybody went to the West Oaks Mall on the weekends with your friends. You go to the movies, you walk around the mall. And I think I mentioned this before that it used to be like so packed in that mall. If we ever walked in groups of more than 3 and 4 being black, my hands are always ashy. If we ever walked in groups of 4 or more, then they would tell us, they being the police, would tell us to break up the walking or the groups or whatever. So on this day, The Ring had just came out, and I love scary movies. Anybody who knows me know I love scary movies. The scariest movie that I probably ever watched that always give me nightmares is Child's Play, and I will watch it. And I feel like if you watch the scary movies, you can't just watch, like you can't just jump in. You got to start from the first one and watch all of them. That's just how I've always been. So we were watching we were getting ready to go watch The Ring. And while we were walking around, I was seeing like all the little booths and stuff. There was this one, I was in track for like maybe 2 or 3 meets before I got kicked off the team for walking too much. Cause I was trying to be cute. And I had seen a couple of dudes, you know, that I had talked to, and some boys that I had really liked. They were really cute. I always like cute and quiet boys. I just always have. They call them blurs now, but I've always liked the cute, quiet boys. And this tall, he had to be like 6'1", maybe he was 5'11", I don't know. I'm 5'3", so if you're 5'9", you're tall to me. And he was tall. Yes, he was light-skinned, because back in the day, I was infatuated with light-skinned men. And he was walking. I think he had 2 of his friends with him, and I had my 3 homegirls with me. We're walking, and one of my friends was just like, girl, he keep looking at you. And I was like, ooh. You know, because I was shy, but not like for real shy, like play shy. And I was like, because they like when you play shy. So I played a little shy, whatever. And it came time for us to stand in line, and he stood real close. He was like standing real close to me, and I was like, and when we went to the movie theater, I told my friend, I said, let me sit next to him. And I was like, oh my God, my heart was beating real fast. And he smelled real good. Like, he smelled real good. I was like, oh my God. He smelled so good. We were watching The Ring, and I pretended to be scared. And I was like, oh. And just made sure that I like, you know, leaned on a little bit. So I leaned on a little bit. He had a real deep voice, and he was just so smooth. Oh, he was so smooth, y'all. He was so smooth. He had a real deep voice. While we were sitting in the movie, he passed me his phone. And he was like, you know, and I put my number in it. Okay, it's like, I want you to be my boyfriend today. Like, I don't even care how old you is. But when I told him how old I was, he was like, damn, you do not look like you're 14. Like, yeah, I am. And I was a virgin at the time. Later on down the line, that became a problem. We exchanged numbers and stuff, and we were talking. I wasn't very smart at 14, duh. So he was saying things that were going over my head, and I think he was getting annoyed, but that's what happens when you talk to a younger girl. I wouldn't say that I wasn't smart, but I just, you know, he had more knowledge than me. We were talking, we talked a lot on the phone. And I was always on punishment because I think my mom caught on to the fact that I was really starting to like boys. So she would find any reason to put me on punishment and take my cell phone away. But what I would do is I would use the house phone, would tell my best friend, I would call her on the house phone, and she would 3-way him, and she'll just put her phone down and be cleaning up or taking care of her brothers. And we would be on the phone for hours while my mom was at work over the summer and stuff like that. and he was just really, really sweet to me. Just so sweet. Like, oh, he was such a sweetheart. He was trying to get them guts or whatever, like all boys are. But I never had sex with him. All we would do is kiss when we could meet up. But he was always complaining about how I was on punishment and how we could never hang out. But he would text me the nicest things. And I remember the last time I saw him in person, we were at the Battle of the Bands, and I was able to get off of punishment, and he was like, "You gonna be there?" I was like, "Yes, I'm gonna be there, so make sure you come. You look cute with that cologne I like," or whatever. So he, you know, he had on the cologne or whatever because he knew how to follow directions. There was this really, really pretty girl who walked by, and the way she looked at him and the way he looked at her, and I could tell she was his age. I looked at how they looked at each other, and I felt something. I felt something, and it just didn't feel good. And he was basically getting tired of waiting on me to have sex. Pretty much, that's what it boiled down to. He wanted to have sex, and I wasn't ready yet. I wasn't ready yet. It was real late at night, and that same day I got a text message, and I can't remember exactly what it said, but it said something to the effect of, I think that we should just like take a break and see other people. I read that shit and went back to sleep. I read it and I went back to sleep, and I was in denial. I was like, maybe this is just one of those dreams where I'm lucid dreaming, and he didn't really just say this to me. So I went to sleep, and when I woke up, I gave my friend Tani my phone. I said, "Can you go through my phone and tell me if I was like, my mouth was dry because I didn't want to believe that he had said that." And she was just like, "Okay, well, let me just go ahead and check and let me see." Because my friends, oh my God, my friends. I love these women. Like, I'm not gonna cry, but I absolutely love all of them. She was just like, "Okay, well, let me just go ahead and see, and we're gonna see if he said it or not, okay? Because you're right, it could have just been a dream." She knew it was real. She knew. But she just wanted to. She was like, "He did. I'm so sorry." Because everybody knew, oh my God, I loved King. I would just be walking. I was so faithful to King. I didn't see nobody. Nobody. I didn't care. I didn't have no feelings for no exes. I did not care. I didn't care. I was thinking like, maybe I should just do it with him then so he won't leave me. But I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it with him, because if he really cared about me, he wouldn't make me do it with him just to stay with me. And girl, he broke up with me. And years after that, I would get random text messages from him, you know, just checking on me and seeing how I'm doing. And when I had a baby, he hit me up and he was like, "Wow, you really had a kid?" He had a kid. And then it would be these weird things to where I would smell the cologne he would be wearing, and then he would text me. And this is with years and years of us not talking. And I'm like, that is so weird. But yeah, he was the first guy who, like, when he kissed me, my heart dropped. I've never experienced your heart dropping, sweaty hands and all this stuff. But it was just the things he would talk to me about. He was really smart. He was woke before I knew what woke was. But yeah, I'm not gonna get into everything because some things are just for me. But it was just really cute, really sweet. But yeah, I gotta go because the baby wanna hug me and I can't deny her the hug. So